immediately just for causing problems. You don't get to demand shit in America. You're not a citizen of this country. How dare you come over here and beg and protest and demand rights that you don't deserve? The nerve of these people. But they won't put up the same fight in their homeland to make conditions better over there.
Tells us that some of these immigrants came here with their attorneys and their family members because there is, of course.
Shout out to my man, SLE44. You got it, my bro.
Red. What's going on, brother?
Oh, man. Glad to get you up, my brother.
No doubt. Long time, bro. Of course, I agree with what you're saying. And, I just want to thank you again for what you do. And, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm praying for all y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that this is not an easy thing to do this all the time, every day. But you got to understand, we appreciate it. Okay. So we just imagine this. You coming from another country. You're pissed off. You got lawyers. You got organizations. You got hospitals. You have churches. You have politicians on your side. Soon as you get here. Now, these people come over here talking about, we're lazy. We don't work. They do so much. They do so well, better than us and all that stuff. Look at what these people got. This is a freaking racket. Look, they're out there now. This stuff is just like lined up for them. They got lawyers. They got doctors. They got nurses. They got politicians. They got everything when they come over here. And they have the nerve to get on Facebook and all this stuff and say stuff about us or say stuff about what we're doing. And you look and you see this, freeloading right here, bro. You're getting free legal advice. They're blocking people that are illegal. And they say stuff about us. You got some nerve to say something about us when y'all coming over here, freeloading, getting free stuff. You know we paying for this stuff. You know that's taxpayer money that's giving them this stuff. And they got some nerve. And the anchor babies, like I said, the anchor babies need to pay for all this stuff. Maybe Trump need to come up with a law to say, hey, the anchor babies are paying for their parents to be deported, paying for them to get legal, paying for them to sleep, paying for them to eat. Maybe they'll stop bringing them over here. These people are traveling over here with 4 and 5 people, and none of them are kin. They're talking about, that's my cousin. That's all of them got fake documents, fake ages, fake names, fake cousins. And when they come here, they act like they don't speak English. And so what we're doing now, what FBA is doing, what you're doing, man, we need this every day. Some people want, they like what will ease up and back up off them because they only came, for, look at what they're getting. These people have a freaking smorgasbord of free shit. Oh, forgive me. They got a smorgasbord. Just imagine going to another country and you got a lawyer. And the church is waiting on you. And a doctor's waiting on you. And a politician is waiting on you. And they got money for you. And they're going to put you somewhere. How can you fail? And they still failing. That's what I want to say, bro.
Well, shit, man, I appreciate you, man. Let me bring up Jesse Paris, man. You got it.
Yeah, what up? It's Che and Crewman, Frontline Black News in the house. Denver, Colorado in the house. What I want to say was, how I agree with everything that's been said. How are these illegal immigrants even having rights? Like, I agree they should be arrested on site. Like, we had Cinco de Mayo out here. I don't know why ICE wasn't out there deporting the mugs then. We done had over 50,000 illegal immigrants move to Denver in the past 2 years. Our city about to go into a recession as a result of this. Our punk A mayor is sitting up here talking about he down to get arrested for the illegals. Well, ICE come get him any day now. I'm still waiting on Tom Homan to arrest his behind because he was so gun-ho about these damn illegals. This is ridiculous. This is a result of voting blue no matter who. These Democrats, they don't mean us no good, FBA family. They prioritizing everybody over us, including these illegal immigrants. So we got to continue to send a message to them like we did in 2024 that enough is enough of this madness. These must come over here freeloading, eating off of us. They can't even build their homelands, but yet they're coming over here talking about how lazy and how we don't want to work. No, we want to work. We just want to get paid what we are rightfully owed. We're not going to work no minimum wage under the table. They pay them uh, Trump raises. We're not doing that. So FBA family, with all these months getting deported, take advantage of these openings, these job openings. It's all going to be all kinds of job openings in construction and electricians. Take advantage of these trades. We start sending our kids to these trade schools so they can take advantage of these jobs because these mugs is getting up out of here. I'm glad they finally getting up out of here. I have no pity, no sympathy for none of them. They know what they did when they was coming here. They need to get these goddamn anchor babies out of here as well. And like I said, the 14th Amendment was just for the foundational Black Americans, no other group. So they don't have no citizenship. They have no rights. And they need to go back and build their homelands. That's all I got to say, Red. Appreciate you having me on.
Appreciate you for pulling up, my brother. .com, you got it.
Yeah. What's going on, Red Supreme? What's going down, chat? I don't know, man. Like the first thing that I wanted to kind of like I'm tripping off of is like the parking, like how parking has been like really impacted lately in the land. Like there's this like little thing that goes on. I don't know, like I want to say in a community where it'll be like multiple families living in like one apartment or whatever unit, and they'll have multiple cars. So they'll get like a dilapidated vehicle posted right there, and then you know what I'm saying, kind of like to keep the, like a placeholder for that parking space, and then they'll just be hogging up all of the like parking spaces that's everywhere. Like they doing it everywhere, bro. Like, and it's just making me wonder, like if this immigration and all this ICE situation, once they really dig deep into this, will it open up the parking? You know what I'm saying? Because man, this parking is toe up out here nowadays, and I ain't never seen it out like this out here, man.
Yeah, where you at again, bro?
I'm right here in LA. I'm sorry.
Shit, you shit, yeah.
I'm right here in LA. I'm sorry. I'm over here on Normandy, man. I just moved over here, Koreatown. I'm from Compton. But it's like wherever you go, it's that. I just moved from Compton, and it was that was the situation in Compton. Like I had a family. They literally had 9 cars, bro. Like out of that one apartment building or whatever, one house. Like it was just like one house, bro, and it was like 9 vehicles. And then here I am over here. They got like these 2 dilapidated like little motor scooters that they keep as placeholders so that they can keep the spaces, because you know I'm downtown more like. So that's the environment. It's hard to find parking all the way around. So, but they doing that same shit here, and I done seen it in Norwalk. I done seen it everywhere, bro. It's horrible.
Yeah, man. You know it is, man. Parking in LA, all over LA County is terrible, man. You know, hey, they think I be exaggerating when I say when in Los Angeles County alone we have millions of illegals, and that's just one county. You know what I mean? So imagine if you added up all the illegals in a whole state.
Mm-hmm.
We see the parking. You know, we from Cali. We see the illegals. There's millions of illegals in Los Angeles County alone, and we are not exaggerating. You already know. .com.
For real, man. And then also, I don't know if they made the point on your channel here or not, but you remember the movie Scarface?
Yeah.
Like that's this, bro. Like in the beginning of the movie Scarface, I don't know, was it Colombia? They decided to round up all. I don't know if it was Cuba or Colombia. Where was Scarface
it was
from?
Cuba. It was Cuba. Like in 1980, Castro in Florida, they allowed millions of Cubans to pretty much overpopulate Miami. So the blacks, the same thing that was happening in LA was happening in Miami, because the blacks in Miami got replaced with the Cubans. That's exactly what's going on there. I was just in Miami, you know, not too long ago. So I said, damn, they're doing the same thing over there. Like blacks are the minority in Miami, just like we became a minority in Los Angeles.
I just wanted to say specifically, like in that movie, they showed Castro or whatever rounding up all of the degenerates from up out of Cuba. You know what I'm saying? All of the 5150 people, like all of the like burnt out people, and just stacked them all in that boat and sent them all to Florida, like you said. So like, if y'all get a chance, man, check that movie Scarface again, and that's at the very beginning. And it also it's spent off of that documentary Cocaine Cowboys. If you remember that Cocaine Cowboys documentary, it was off the chain, the Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah.
But it's basically talking about this, how we got invaded by all of these illegal immigrants, and how they basically came over here and just wreaked havoc on America with all of their degenerate behavior. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brad, you
man.
want to say something else?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was wondering if y'all really recognize a lot of times when immigrants come over here and they sort of gang up, like what brother was saying. You know, a lot of reasons that they do that, and they don't really seem like they're really pressed about women. These people also have a smorgasbord of immigrant women. Look, they do everything they want to do. They got wives, about two. Look, they have girlfriends, about 3 girlfriends. They be having a wife, another one over there, because and then they try to make sure that black people or FBA don't get around, because you know they're racist. But just imagine, man, if they don't have no real problems with getting a woman, because half of them are illegal. You got illegal women coming over here, they get them pregnant first of all, real quick. And if they can't really say anything because they might get deported. So it's almost like women are a game. You bringing in illegal women, you don't have to be nice to your woman. You don't have to really deal with her, because they got like an overflow of women. And half of them don't have a social security number. They got these crazy numbers. They also have 3 or 4 different names. They don't know when they were born. And this is no lie. They don't even have the records of half their people where they live. Most South American countries don't know exactly what the people are born there. So you got the 1% that are there in those countries, and when they come over, they want them there. And then when they say we don't work hard and stuff, because they're being backed up by their own country. They're being backed up by their country and ours. And the Republicans and the Democrats, like what brother called them, they're doing the same thing. Now, I like what Donald Trump is doing. I like what he's doing, because it's putting the fear in them that they dreamt about. They dreamt about this day. They just thought it would come for us. And the main thing for them is to make sure that they got an overflow of women. These people, honestly, they have so many women, they don't even need another woman. When you got 5 women to choose from that's scared to talk, you can get them, and as soon as they go to the hospital or go to one of these churches or go to one of these what they call them, these or what they call the immigration lawyers or these immigration organizations, they immediately give them a number. When they give them a number, they find out, are they running, are they undocumented, or did they come here illegal? And the first thing they do is try to plug them in with the church, because the church is another sanctuary in any state. They getting 4 and 5 women, and I'm like, okay, no wonder y'all don't care nothing about us. No wonder y'all talk so much trash about us. No wonder y'all talk about our women. No wonder y'all talk about our kids. Because, I mean, y'all just basically like you got throwaway members of your family that's here that you can just get anytime you want to. You see them when they jump out, when they go to a restaurant, open the door, they flooding out. All of them go to their own restaurants, and you notice that. It's because those illegal immigrants, man, where else they gonna go? They really got us behind the 8 ball. Like you were saying, they need to go in places in Cali and do that. Man, they could go to some of these restaurants on certain days. They be in there. Look, man, they'll have a party and all the illegal immigrants come. And they just have parties over and over and over again. And it's like the police and their anchor babies. It's these anchor babies, bro. Like you said, these anchor babies are basically polluting America with illegal immigrants. They help them. They don't say anything. They don't even try. They get born and they're indoctrinated immediately. And the first thing they're indoctrinated against is against us. They want to make sure that they keep their race what it is. That's number one. Number two is they make sure that if you do talk to somebody, no, act like you don't speak English. And then they keep them like in vans. You see when the ICE stop them sometimes, the vans be all closed up. You can't see in them. They come out and they think, how did all those people get in there? And they coming from like one house or a little neighborhood, and they just flooding it. And all of them documents are just jacked up. You got like 10 people with the same name. Come on,
Manuel de la Puente. Shit. Jaime Escalante and Manuel de la Puente. And see, listen, this is why you think they started to do the you need a real ID to fly now, because so many illegals who came from south of the border, they had fake social security cards and fake identification. So now they're like, nah, if you want to fly, we got to know who you are. Thanks to all these illegals coming across the border, that's why they started doing that. Let me tell you something. There's an area in Los Angeles called MacArthur Park. It's a Latino population flooded with Mexicans and El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, all that over there, right? You could literally go down there and get a fake social security card and a fake ID, just like that. Is that easy? So when these people come here, we don't know who they are, but they get housing, they get all these benefits. Basically, when they come to America, they get a clean slate. They don't have to go through a credit check. They get a brand new social and a brand new identification, and you don't know what the hell they done did in their homeland. You don't know what they done did in their country. That's why when they do a little bit, when they do more digging, they find out, damn, he's a murderer, he's a child molester from his country. But you didn't already allow millions of them over here.
Yeah, and look, just piggyback off what you just said. That is so true, and that's why I say all the time, even when I talk to my family down here in North Carolina, or some of my people, we have these conversations, and trust me, I be turning them on to y'all shows, bro. But they already on this type of time. But I just have to say this all the time. It's like you want us to possibly help you or probably understand your situation, but y'all running a racket, and it's like, if we could get the anchor babies to just do something, but we probably need some laws to probably just sort of like make them pay. Because what they're doing is they're dropping off them babies. That 14th Amendment and all that stuff in the 13th, all that stuff they hate. So I'm saying you hate that, but we're saying like this: if we can't do nothing about that, then maybe we should draft a law to make anchor babies pay for their families. Because we're paying for it. We're paying for that stuff that you see over there in New York, what they doing right now, bro. That is our dollars trying to keep these people over here. We're paying their lawyers and their very countries they come from are funneling money here. They're funneling money here to keep their businesses going, to keep their car washes going. Look, everything they do when they say they work harder. No, you're not working harder. Y'all are being propped up by the cartel. Look, not only drug dealers and cartel, but they own freaking companies, their own countries. The rich people in their country are sending money over here, making sure that their businesses don't fail. They're doing that. They're not working. They lazy.
Too lazy. But this is what I'm gonna do, brother. You right about that. Let me bring up Tina B, then I'm gonna bring up my man Biggie. Tina, you got it.
Hey, Red. First of all, as you may see in my comments, I have a lot of questions, right? So one of my questions I just can't figure out is why on earth, you got places like Harvard, Yale, all the elite colleges, they keep teaching this 14th Amendment was for everybody in the globe. So me being the idiot that I am, I started asking questions. And the first thing that pops in my brain is why in the hell would the forefathers fight the British, right, to get America during the American Revolution just to write a constitution to promise the world citizenship?
Right. So anybody else can just come here illegally and
Because
get the same benefits we get.
I'm a motherfucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is what was going on, is that this is really big. This was happening, what Trump is doing. And Harvard is involved because Harvard was a slave-owning institution. It was a college that basically promised never to admit black people. All right? And so right after we get, our civil rights, all of a sudden, everybody's preaching this. oh, the Constitution's for everybody. Well, we missed that memo when we was in slavery. Even after slavery, when we got free, we still wasn't getting constitutional rights. So when did that constitutional rights for everybody kick in? And that's my questions.
Hey man, that's a great question, Tina. You know what I mean? You got but shit, if you have anything you want to pass it or you got something else to say.
No, I can pass it now.
Okay, Biggie, you got it, my brother.
Hmm.
Hey, yo, what it do, Red, panel, chat, what's good? Bro, just the bottom line with a lot of all of this, it would be different if, like, okay, you say you come over here, you hard working. Okay, that might have been true if you didn't come over here to undercut. You know, like when you said, you know, when they keep saying we don't want to work the job. No, that ain't what it was. Y'all failing to read the fine print. The fine print was while we was fighting for $20 an hour, y'all came over here talking about we'll do it for 5.
Hmm.
That's undercutting everything. Like that is literally undercutting the job market, period. Because a lot of people, especially when you first started, I mean, come on, man, if you own a business, who would you, if you could get away with hiring, who would you rather hire? Somebody that you could pay $5 an hour, no benefits, or somebody who you got to pay that 20, 25 to get them benefits, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, just economically speaking, y'all flooded the market with cheap labor. So people that actually had the real skills and went to school to do certain jobs, they gave it to you because you came in there willing to take less money. Now y'all feel like y'all done earned y'all keep and saying we want more money. Now they said, no, y'all acting like them niggas. Now y'all got to go. But see, if you'd have came in the door like, okay, well, we at least want what they getting. See, in order for you to get in the door, you said we gonna take less. Now you want more. And it's like, well, economically speaking, again, it's just in our best interest that you skedaddle. Because again, if you didn't come in undercutting everything, this wouldn't even be no like it wouldn't be no fight. We mess around would have your back. But if we already know you came in looking to undercut us and we see that's what time it is, well, again, the politics that's being, whether people want to accept it or not, you know, Trump's politics help us out. We're not the ones who picked none of this. Again, we wasn't there when none of them executive orders were signed, but they do benefit us. So why would we be sitting up crying about something that is actually benefiting us? Why would we be sitting up crying about white folks actually having to go out there and pick their own fruit and they own this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? What are we crying about that for? Why would we be crying about these construction sites that lost all them workers are now being picked up by black men? Why would we be crying about that? You get what I'm saying? That's actually in our interest. Democratic policies are not in our interest and they never have been. So without any feelings, without race, this, that, and the third, right now, today, those politics are more beneficial to us. And shouldn't nobody expect us to be like, well, no, ain't no, no, we ain't caping for nobody no more. We did that. We tried that and y'all spit in our face for it. So, okay, y'all handle y'all business. So again, just from an economic standpoint, see, when they were snatching us, we was literally going into slavery. Some people never even made it to their destinations, man, woman, and child. They're snatching you and they're just sending you back home.
And they
You
crying.
ain't, yeah.
Exactly.
You out in the street, in mass waving flags, and now they're sending you back to that place. The place to where you're out there in mass talking about Viva la wherever you from. But if you in LA, it's Mexico. Okay, so they're snatching you and sending you back to Mexico. You're not going to jail. You're not going to
Exactly.
prison. You're
Thank
not
you.
going to a plantation. You're not going to a foreign country. You're going back to where that flag you say you so proud of, you're going back right there.
And they mad.
Applause
and you're
exactly.
crying.
It's crazy.
You're literally crying. You're literally crying about a place you are so proud of. Well, go do. You can't. Oh, okay. I see what it is. You can't do over there what you could do over here because you didn't fight for those rights over there. You know what I'm saying? Everything that y'all would. This used to be okay. Well, take that up with your government because the American government say it ain't yours. It's theirs. That's why they rounding y'all up, telling you you got to go. See what I'm saying? Everybody, see, they not regretting they vote. They regretting not listening to us because we told them. See what I'm saying? They rolled the dice that, nah, we gonna take their side over y'all. Going all the way back to Felix Tijerena. They rolled the dice, put all their eggs in that basket. They got really, 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 really comfortable. Now that same guy say, nah, you got to kick rocks with no socks. So again, what do you want us to say about it? You didn't want to listen to us, so now we got to let due process take its course. You know, again, they keep saying rights. No, you didn't. It was no due process when you got over here. So how do you expect due process on your way out? We told you the nature of what that guy was. You gave us the middle finger. Just like you gave the middle finger of the ones in your own country that look like us. So now what do you expect anybody to say? You know what
Man,
I'm saying? Again, we talking about economics. We ain't talking about take the color or take all that out of it. Economically speaking, if you was undercutting American jobs from Americans, why would it not be? We are black Americans. How is that not in our best interest? Not to mention, the media didn't give no coverage of them so-called immigrants that unalived that black girl.
Exactly.
They didn't get nothing like Lake and Riley got, boy. Lake and Riley got everything. And I'm not making light of what happened to her, but I'm saying, goddamn, pretty much the same thing and hardly no coverage.
no coverage, bro. Even when I did the story, people didn't even know who I was talking about, Biggie.
Right. So with stuff like that going on, we ain't getting no coverage in the media, more than likely no justice. You get what I'm saying? Why we want to say, why would it not benefit us to say, man, just watch out, man? You know what I'm saying? Just watch out. Red, I saw a video the other day. I forget who, you know, it'd be snippets. I don't just be clicking on everybody's video where they say that Lefty say his family disowned him because he's too cool with the blacks. Did you see that video?
Nah, I'm gonna watch it, but see, it's like, well, shit, he wouldn't be making the money that he's making if it wasn't for the blacks. That's why Lefty did a video. He said, shit, the blacks put me in a position to make the money that I'm getting. So he said he's grateful for the blacks embracing him because we put him on. So
But Red, ain't he still on cold though? But when he got on video and said he wouldn't want his daughter to come home with a black guy, ain't he still on cold?
yeah, what he tried to do is what he did a video after that saying, he said, well, that's not how I feel. This is what he said. He said, my people enforce those politics, so I was just telling y'all what it is. But me personally, I fuck with the blacks and I pay homage for blacks putting me on, because if it wasn't for the blacks, my career wouldn't be where it's at today. So that's what he said. It could have been damage control, but that's what he said.
No, but you can't see this. This what I'm saying, Red. Okay, it's always an excuse. You remember Ryan Garcia? Okay, Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Who we was just talking about, Lefty. Then, oh no, I ain't really mean. Nah, that's BS. You know who you are, you know the following you have, and you know what you're saying, because if you call yourself famous, being famous, right, Rick, even you as a content creator, don't you have to be conscious of what you say? Don't you have to watch what you say out in public just because you are a public figure? But in your case, you are famous in the YouTube streets. So you just can't be on here saying anything on these YouTube streets now, can you?
Hell no, we have to be responsible for what we say because we have people who watch us and people who hang on to our every word.
And it's going to be
Mhm.
consequences from YouTube if you say the wrong thing, right? They demonetize you, they could ban you, et cetera, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now you're a boxer. You are boxers. You are public figures. So your publicist will tell you what to say and what not to say. You have people that tell you, nah, this ain't a good look for your image. That ain't a good look for your image, yada, yada, yada. So you said it anyway. You can't say it with the vitriol and the hatred that you say. And don't say it ain't everybody, because when you look at the likes on them videos, it be hundreds of thousands of likes, which means that's how a lot of y'all feel. You get what I'm saying? But then it's always with, nah, I didn't mean that. Nah, that's bullshit. Yes, you did.
I have another
And now,
question. Mhm.
Go ahead, Tina.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I got another question. Another one of my dumb questions. Um, so black people fought for March for Civil Rights, right? Got beat up on the bridge, right? And everything. And they tell us now today, oh, we marched, we was fighting for civil rights. Some of us died for civil rights. Martin Luther King got shot. But then you want us to believe that black Americans want to turn around, cancel citizenship. Now,
Well, no,
why
I ain't trying to hear that because they
the
killed him.
right? This is what our politicians like. What's her name? Jasmine Crockett be saying. All the Democrats be saying, representing us. Keep saying to the world that we support no citizenship, illegal immigration. I said, now why the hell would we do that after we just got our butt kicked for the civil rights? We are the first people. This is how I feel. We want citizenship. We want law enforcement. We want some protection. We wouldn't march for civil rights if it wasn't for getting protection. And so I'll pass the mic.
All right, let me say this. Let me say this, man. We got 400 something plus people watching, man. If we got 400 something plus people watching, make sure that you guys get the likes up, get the likes of 400, and get us some more supporters because it's rare that people who make FBA content bring people up like this to speak. So put some respect on the show because I'm one of the only content creators who dropped the link to bring everybody up to speak from their perspective. So put some respect on the show. That's all I'm asking. I'm gonna let Big E finish this because I know Big E gonna drop some jewels and I'm gonna pass it back to everybody else.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying, man, like, do you notice we see the same thing that come from white folk? White folks committed the atrocities that they have, but now all of a sudden today they're trying to label us the violent ones, like we were the ones that had black hoods on and went and burned down whole towns and hung people up with our kids watching and burned people alive. You know what I'm saying? If you notice now, if you look at that narrative, they trying to act like, well, hold up, man. When you look at America, look at what you did when you first stepped foot over here. You made it a point to mass unalive the people that were here, and that's what you did. You started cutting off their water supplies. You started killing up all their buffalo. You started herding it to where you made it to where they had to come sit down and talk to y'all because you started taking their resources. Okay, you gave them smallpox. You know what I'm saying? You made them drunks. You introduced them to alcohol and drugs. And you plundered and pillaged everything away. If you look at them old Looney Tune cartoons, it's a Bugs Bunny cartoon where they showed you. Like it was all them Indians, and them Indians was black, by the way. They weren't no light skinned fire. If you look at them old Looney Tunes, when they showed you the Indians, what they call in the old world, they were actually black. But they showed when Bugs Bunny was having a shootout with them, and he was going bow, bow, bow. One little two, little three, one little two, little three, little Indians. They was basically showing you how the white man came over here, wiped out everything, and claimed the land. This was in
Yeah.
the cartoon.
Right. Hey, Biggie, that's a good point, man. Hey, man, you know what? That was brilliant right there because it was in a cartoon, and a lot of people look past that.
Right. That was a straight cartoon, so they told you so. When you just really look at it, they have been at war with everybody. When has America not been at war with somebody? So how are we the violent ones when you came and took this country violent by force? Look at what you've been doing to a people for what, the last 400-500 years. You drop nuclear bombs around the world. You kill world leaders. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. Yet we're the violent ones? This is what I'm saying. Why do we have to keep, they trying to make Diddy the face of, I guess being the deviant, but you don't want to release the Epstein files. You don't want to, what I'm saying? You just want to keep it right there. You tried to make Bill Cosby the face of that. You tried to make R. Kelly the face of that. But y'all don't want to say that Elvis was out here marrying 14-year-olds. Y'all don't want to say Woody Allen married the little girl that he adopted, et cetera, et cetera. You just want to keep making us the face of everything. When you have literally come over here, you didn't come over here and the people over here, y'all negotiated peace for y'all to come take their land from them. You know what y'all did. We know what y'all did to Black Wall Street, et cetera, et cetera. How many towns in America have they burned down that they plundered and pillaged? This is what the history of America is, but they're trying to put the violent jacket on us. You know what I'm saying? Did somebody black invent the gun? Everything destructive, including the atom bomb, was invented by them. That's all they know is destruction. Nothing was preserved. Nothing is preserved. They whitewash it. These are people that stole history, wrote themselves into history. Yep. Look at a lot of old paintings where it was black people there. Now they white. They even told you your so-called Jesus is white in a place where it wasn't nothing but black people. A little white baby was born in the Middle East, and nobody knew that he was. Man, if you don't go sit down, come on, man. These are the same people that told you that a spook impregnated a woman with himself. And then that child was born. And then he turned water into wine and walked on water. Everybody allegedly saw him physically unalived on a cross. They buried him in a tomb with a great big ass rock, and presumably the bunny rabbits came and moved the rock. And this alleged corpse walked up out the grave. He walked out the grave with the nail prints still in his hands and feet. Talked to everybody and ascended off into space, presumably where he still is today. And they got you to believe that. And you wonder how the hell they sold you a Brooklyn Bridge for your land.
Wow.
Yeah,
if you was an alien and you never stepped foot on Earth and somebody came and told you, because that pretty much summarizes what they told you. And you told that to that alien, he gonna jump right back in his craft and bounce, because he gonna say y'all asses is nuts.
Hey man, but look, this is what we gonna do. Pretty boy, let me bring up Pretty Boy, because Pretty Boy from Cali, so he definitely understand what we talking about when it comes to this immigration thing. Then I'm gonna pass it around to everybody else, and I'm gonna get back to some of these video clips. Pretty Boy, you got it, my bro.
What's up, family? Man, Biggie, you had me dying. I was rolling. That's real. That's real talk. And the thing is, like, especially with these so-called migrants or illegals, aliens, you know what I'm saying? One thing they believe about is that the most. That story the most. And they try to practice it. But then how are you going to practice a religion that they brought to you to oppress you, and then whitewash it, and then you try to be the same as the people that gave you that a religion in the first place? It makes no sense. And then what's even worse is that they don't ever go by the actual doctrine, because you're not supposed to put any other gods before or bow to any other gods or pray before anything but God, right? But Yahweh, right? But yet they're sitting there praying to Mary. You know what I'm saying? Doing Hail Marys. So, I got a lot to say about this immigration issue because I've been dealing with this. All of us in Cali have been dealing with this for years and years. If you're over 30 years old, you've been dealing with this since you were little kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new to us. And Red broke down the cities that and the counties throughout our state. You got to realize how big California is. A lot of people don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? We got over 400 plus cities and towns. And so when they're coming up with this fake statistic, there's only 12 million. 12 million illegals. Well, that's 2 cities in California. If you put LA and San Diego and San Jose together, you know what I'm saying? That's the illegal population just in the state of California by far. You know what I'm saying? So this is ridiculous, and I'm sick and tired of seeing them come here and have an excuse for their law breaking. Because if you cross that border, you know what I'm saying? If you cross that border without papers and didn't pay your money for your visa to get over here, you are here illegally. Okay? You have broken the law. I don't care if you didn't commit any crime while you were here. I don't care if you're a good citizen. I don't care if you know what I'm saying, you have a business now. I don't care if you have babies. You need to go. Period. You need to bounce because there's only one country. We're the only country in the world that allows this kind of treason and don't push back about it at all. We are the only nation. Tell me another nation that they just gonna let people come over here and give them money, free healthcare, free everything, and them treat the citizens of the country like piece of trash. Show me another one. Show me another country that allow you to come over here, set up a business, and not even contribute to the people of the country by offering them employment. Show me another country. And I know this for a fact because I actually lived outside of the United States, so I understand. I didn't go as a tourist or a passport pervert. I actually went to another country and lived there for almost a decade, so I know. I lived in Australia for like 10 years. Do you know you cannot be come from another country and go and set up shop and set up a business without you mandatory having to hire an Australian? You have to hire a certain amount of Australians. You have to. Yet these fools come over here and all they do is hire Indians. They'll go and buy 7-Eleven. You go to 7-Eleven. You'll be, welcome to 7-Eleven. How may I help you? It'll only be there. I'm up in there. You know what I'm saying? You go to one of these restaurants. It's like, oh, may I take your order? Bruh, check this out. I went by Popeye's chicken the other day. Drove up to the drive-thru, right? It was all automation. It's all automated. Now, keep in mind, I live in the Bay now. It was all automated. It was all AI. Got to the window. You know what I saw in there? Nothing but vatos locals that could not speak a lick of English. So what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? We're exploiting their labor. And just like Biggie said, you guys came over here and decided to take the lower wages. You know what I'm saying? When we were fighting for $20 an hour, you said, oh, no, I'll come over there and do it for 15. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it for 5. Just give me 5. It's like, no, the blacks, they're lazy, eh? The blacks are lazy, eh? It's like, no, it's not lazy. It's like, because we know our work. You guys don't. You guys don't even know your work. You know what I'm saying? Look how you treat your women. You know what I'm saying? You don't know your work. We know our work, and we respect ourselves more than that. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I am so tired of these people complaining, coming over here stomping their freaking flags on this nation that my ancestors, that our ancestors, and that like my family actually fought for, and you would come over here and crap in my face. No, I'm making you feel the pressure every single time. Me not speaking English. Well, fuck you. I don't care if you can't speak English. Learn English. And I'll end it right there, man.
Hey, Red. But if you remember, especially if you remember, I want to say like during rap's golden age, like you remember everybody, we was inviting everybody, and like a lot of these discussions that then came up today, they wasn't being had back then. We assumed all these other groups was all in with us because you already know music for the most part is universal. It brings people together. You get what I'm saying? So especially in early days of hip hop, you get what I'm saying? We thought we was all one, especially, mainly if you was a minority. But now, 30, 40, 50 years later, you know what I'm saying, we find out that y'all didn't feel like that. You get what I'm saying? It was like, tell me one black person in this chat. We ain't talking about the people who've been to jail, just the average person. Tell me that y'all knew that these groups had this sentiment. Like what I'm saying is a lot of conversations that came up, I didn't know Dominicans and Venezuelans and all like this. I didn't know that they felt the way about us. You know what I'm saying? I really had no idea. Of course, I know about the West Coast and the West Coast politics, but it's like, damn, everybody feel like that about us? But then now the tides turn and you need us. It's like, well, damn, when we thought it was we are the world, it's I know black. Now it's like, hey, well, black people, no, hold up. Well, I know Dominican, I know this, I know that, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was in total shock that people who could look just like you say, I ain't black. You get what I'm saying? I was in shock. I really didn't know that. Like I told y'all a few times on Red Panel, I didn't know it was like it was till I went to jail. I had no idea. So the deck was stacked against us, but we didn't know that. Now that we know that, we like, okay, we cool on everybody. We don't wish no ill will on nobody. Y'all just start fighting your own battles. And now look at what we still getting. It's like, goddamn, y'all didn't want to respect the fact that we fought for y'all, and y'all didn't want to respect the fact of what we brought to the table as far as y'all being able to come over here. Until now you faced with this adversity, now you see what it was. Now that group of people ain't fighting for y'all no more, Tom Homan and them ain't stopped. Okay, they even putting judges, they putting Congress people in jail for getting in the way. They are not playing. So now what do you want us to say at this point? It ain't nothing else for us to say. Y'all made a whole lot of this like this, but see again, y'all want to project it onto us. Y'all been reading that white man's playbook. Oh, black people are just so violent. Really? Your mama and daddy still got, nigga, you probably got they hood and robes and torches in your living room, your family heirlooms. That's your history. That's your history in this country. Y'all didn't build nothing. You was too busy stealing everything from everybody else. You didn't build anything. You had other people build it. So what did you really do? Y'all didn't create no music. Y'all stole the music from everybody else. All of the ideas and most of the things we use today did not come from them. It came from, hell, the atom bomb even came from the Germans.
Hey,
So
Biggie.
what did you do
Biggie,
other than steal everything?
Hey, Biggie, I don't mean to cut you off. And then what's really bad about it when you really think about it, they allow these illegals and these immigrants to come over here and give them a pathway to citizenship, and then they don't even teach them about the real American history. So then they come here thinking having the right to disrespect. Oh, you guys didn't even contribute anything because they don't teach that to them. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to actually gain citizenship, you have to take a class on American history. You know what I'm saying? And they leave out our history on purpose.
Bro, look, this is what's crazy. Let's even take them Africans. Tell the truth. How many years have everybody else been colonizing Africa now? Right now, it's the Russians and the Chinese. The Chinese got restaurants over there that they not even serving Africans, and they in Africa. Okay, these same people come over here with their nose in the air like they running something over there and then be trying to tell us what we could do better. See, that's the part that nobody wants to talk about. You had to leave to come over here. Then you wanna you assimilate into what's going on over here because whatever going on in your country, if it wasn't you, it was your parents or your grandparents said you will not ever have no life over here. Okay, we all know this already. So then it's like, well, black people this. Okay, well, hold up. Let's talk about where you came from. You can't come from a place where, according to you, you said you don't even have running water and then want to come talk about ghetto black people. The water works in the ghetto last time I checked. You get what I'm saying? You can't come from a place where the Russians and you got two different countries over there colonizing you, making your kids work and slave in cobalt and diamond mines, and then you gonna come over here and talk about black people. You can't be in your country looking like black rappers and trying to sound like black rappers talking about we don't have no culture. You get what I'm saying? You can't be trying to look like American black women talking about we don't have no culture. See what I'm saying?
Hey,
You
Big
can't
E.
do how you doing pop the balloon shows. Y'all didn't start that. Y'all started copying what you seen black women do.
Yeah, Greg,
We not copying
Greg.
nothing of theirs. We don't copy nothing of theirs. So that should tell them something right there.
Yeah, I want to step in real quick, bro. Great information again, man. I'm telling you, y'all brothers are some brilliant people. I just wanted to piggyback on something Big E said a minute ago when he brought up Puff. I like for our people, FBA, to really understand something about what a RICO means. Okay, now all black people should understand what a RICO. Now this RICO is a federal case, right? All right, now look, now RICO cases. Now, most black people have had their families basically wiped out by RICO, man. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, where I live, we done had over, man, back in the 90s, we had about 200 to 300 people racked up on RICO. Now, they got Puff on a one-man RICO. Now, I'm gonna tell you just how incredible this crap is. Now, I know that a lot of sisters that may be a little bit concerned about this, but you got to understand what's really happening here. Now, you got CNN and you got SDNY down up there in freaking New York, man. Pull a freaking RICO case on people, on Puff. We the freaking experts on RICO. Man, look here, man. If any of y'all ever looked at a law book, or if you know what a law book is, if you go look up the federal recorder in there, you know how many freaking RICO cases that they done took us down with in the 90s? They done locked us up by the thousands on RICO cases. Now, when you got a RICO case, this is a corrupt organization, right? This thing encompasses everything. They got this man sitting up here with people that ran, they're talking about he did all this stuff, and a lot of them are freaking tethers. Now, you have to understand what's happening. You got CNN come with a freaking tape. All right, they come with a tape. Okay, you come with a tape. Then they get the tape somehow. You got all these people coming up here. None of them. All of them are taking immunity, bro. Listen, you're taking immunity because you said you won't want to incriminate yourself. I don't believe that one bit. I think that the feds working with them, that chick Cassie, man, you can't get no worse than this chick right here. But you got this lady right here as the main witness that already done beat him. They basically tricked him for years. He took care of all these freaking slime balls, yo. They've been sucking and leeching off Puff for years because of his freaky nature. But I guarantee you, they just as freaky. But the process of a RICO case, to understand how freaking corrupt this is a corrupt look. Those RICO cases are preserved for organized crime. They are trying to connect Puff with kidnapping. Imagine you get in an argument with your girl or your cousin or something, and y'all doing one, close the door, hold them in. That right there is kidnapping. If you want to make it. So what they're doing is they're manufacturing a RICO case from the back. So what you're doing, you want them so bad that you're gonna come up with every freaking thing that's in that book they call a RICO to say somebody was scared. They sound like freaking immigrants, God. Now I'm telling you right now, what they're doing and how they're doing this right here, you can make a RICO case off anything the way they doing this. I've never, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I done been up in federal court. Let's get this out the way right quick. Ain't no way in a freaking world, yo, I ever seen a freaking RICO case with one man and everybody else get immunity. And they all is scared. And they all is terrified. And they all could not make up their minds. You can only do that to black people, yo.
Hey,
Man,
look, this is what they doing too, champ. Not to cut you off, but see, they trying to make Puff take. 'Cause, okay, understand. In those parties, it was politicians, it was judges, it was police chiefs, sergeants, etc., etc. Everybody who was somebody from around the world has flown to Diddy parties, whether they was in New York, Miami, or LA. We know this to be factual. Now, if what was going on in them mansions was claiming what they in them, if what was going on in those mansions was going on, you know what I'm saying, what they said was going on, and you got police in there, you got congressmen and women in there, you got judges in there. Well, wouldn't that mean you complicit on what's going on? So how do you convict Puff and bring Puff up on charges when you have lawmakers, people, law enforcers that's literally in these same parties with said dude?
This is a fake RICO case, man. It's fake. Y'all living.
Yo,
Uh-oh.
SLE, you he probably fell out. Hey, let me bring up .com, man, because .com from LA, so he see a lot of shit that I'm talking about, man. .com, you got it.
Oh yeah, man. No, I'm just looking at, like, I think a lot of the stuff got passed is because of what all of the Democrats was doing, man. Like, this is, you know, they've been ushering in all of this stuff kind of like right under our noses. We've been kind of like, you know, overlooking at it, and I just basically see it as, you know, the hard work that they put in, you know, these immigrants or whatever. You know, it's to sustain them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need all of that stuff. Like, once we narrow all the numbers down, I figure like what we got right, what we already got in our original numbers here without any of the illegal immigrants, I feel like everything, you know, it's already being overproduced. We already have things that are overproduced. So just looking at that, you know what I'm saying? And then also the last thing I wanted to say as far as all of this goes, with all of what they're seeing now, since they was always pointing the finger at us, saying like, you know, we kind of look at race too much, that we be tripping on race relationships too much. Now that they're under the microscope, what is their next move with our relationship with them? Will they continue with their vitriol, or will they try to come to the table and say, hey, look, man, y'all was right. Let's start working together. Like, what are we doing?
Man,
Nah, they can't do that because it's too many videos. It's too many. I know black. It's too many
Mm-hmm.
True Lacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too many disrespectful videos that's out there. I mean, and I challenge anybody. Okay, name one content creator that you could name one content creator that made the kind of videos that American Cholo made, that Dubs made, and a whole bunch. I mean, just a whole bunch of them. Don't matter what the race. You could pick any race in this country. You're going to find a bunch of disrespectful things that they done said and videos that they done made about black people. Now, where are the black people that are making those type of videos? Show me, name one black person that went off on any race like Ryan Garcia did.
man, you
Name
ain't seen
one black
one
True.
person
boxer.
that talked about
And
them
and
like
look,
Teofimo did.
and look,
True.
and Ryan Garcia cheated Devin Haney, but you still didn't see black boxers coming out saying racial things about Mexicans, or like they didn't do that. So that is a great point.
I mean, this is what I'm saying, bro. So it's like it don't matter what the race. I mean, that other chick, Red, you remember you did a video of that Valentina or Valencia Gomez, whoever she was. She ain't even been
Valentina
in the
Gomez.
country 5 minutes. Talking about if you niggas don't like it, you can get the F out the country. Well, goddamn, who is you? What the hell do you mean? I mean, do you see what I'm saying? These are people that's on video. You don't see black people making these videos, but yet we're the racists.
Yeah, man.
Everybody is mad at the pushback. You get what I'm saying? Like with everybody else, it's not race. You could even knife somebody in their chest, unalive them. Their own people gonna say it wasn't racial. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to black people, I don't give a damn what it was. You could have accidentally stepped on somebody's shoe. Oh, you only did that because I missed. Well, bruh, it was a goddamn accident.
Hey, bro, you made a good point, Biggie. No, they say some of the most racist things. They stab somebody. Oh, it was rotten racist. Now, when we tell the truth about politics and what's going on, I'm a racist. But Ryan Garcia, when he said what he said, you know, what Oscar De La Hoya said, "Oh, well, he was drunk. He was high. He's not a racist, Holmes."
Oh my gosh.
They
Bruh,
make
this is what
excuses.
I'm saying. This is
They
weird,
make
and I
excuses.
challenge anybody that don't tell me the response of people responding to the videos of the disrespect. Show me who initiated this. Show me the content creator that makes videos. Cause I mean, we could come up with racial slurs too, but then y'all be ready to crash out when we do it. But then y'all be sitting up here having discussion on why y'all can't call black people niggas. For the same reason we don't sit up and call y'all honkies and donkey riders and et cetera, et cetera. We don't have, that's not on our mind thinking about, well, why we can't call you this? How about we just call you by your name? You get what I'm saying? You
The
can't
thing
be
is,
you can't be throwing racial epithets at us, and then when we throwing back, now all of a sudden y'all mad and we racist.
Yeah, that's
Like now you want, like it's like everybody wants the playing field to always be uneven in their favor. You get what I'm saying? You could be disrespectful
yeah.
to us, right? You can make videos like that, but then turn around and say, I don't understand why we in this particular fight by ourselves. What you mean you don't understand?
Because the
How
bottom
do you
line,
not understand?
because the bottom line, Big E. See, let's keep it 110% real. You know what I'm saying? Black people of America, we are the actual moral compass of this country. Okay. Well, what do you mean by that? What I mean is that every fight that we've ever took part in was morally about defending everyone, all people, even though ourselves, but all people, and all these laws that we got passed benefited all people. So when I hear these people these others trying to push back against reparations and things of that nature for us to actually receive justice, and you're pushing back against that, you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And you have no morals. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe anybody should be compensated for being done wrong the way that they did our people, that just shows where your moral standing is at. So all this, oh, I'm mad because we're mad because black people are pushing against us. It's like morally, we haven't done anything wrong to you people. Nothing. We didn't pass any. Just like Red always says, we didn't have passed any laws to have you oppressed. You know what I'm saying? But yet, your community is one of the communities that actually enslaved black people. You know what I'm saying? So make it make sense. So black people, remember, we are the moral compass of this nation, not none of these other races or groups.
Yep.
Yeah.
But listen to what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. You right about that. We fought for, everybody to benefit, but when everybody else fight, they fight for themselves and themselves only. And once they get a voice, they spit vitriol and hatred towards foundational black Americans. Now that we know the truth and we speak out against it, we're the racists, but we understand what's really going on. Tina, I'm gonna bring up my girl Tina to speak. Tina, you
All
got it.
right. Cool. Cool. so I'm listening to all you fellas, and something popped in my head. Now, a lot of these, other people that from around the world, they got a problem with us, pushing back against them, but nobody ever considered the fact we have been living amongst you for the past 60 years. We've known you for 60 years, and after 60 years, you were not our friends. Okay, so you can't really blame FBA for wanting to end all of the nonsense, and staying in the background and, popping out popcorn. I've known you for 60 years. You've called me lazy for 60 years. Why the hell would I try to help you? You've been undercutting my jobs, taking my seats in school. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to interject in this, conversation so far. I'm like, we've known you. And also, I wanted to point out, if you pay attention, you can see that this was in the works for many decades. For example, here in New York, they have, the voting cards in different languages. Now, why would you need a voting card in different languages if English is on a citizenship test? So that don't even make sense. A lot of this stuff don't make sense because I believe it's a conspiracy against black people. This whole damn time. That's why everyone have the same line. You black lazy. You black people are lazy, but I've never seen you a day in my life. I just met you. How do you know I'm lazy? And everyone around the world says the same thing, from Africa, South America, Asia, the whole world. So definitely I know that America goes behind our back and talk a lot of crap. Because I did see one time a video where Barack Obama was telling the Asian people, the South Asians, how we lazy in America.
Too lazy.
Right. And so, that's for sure. But if people pay attention, it's a big ass conspiracy that's going on right now. And everybody wanting us to jump in. People stay behind. Let these people fight their own battle. They're going to lose in court. It's a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is not our fight.
Hey Tina, not to cut you off, Tina, but the irony is what you said. How the hell do people come over here saying we lazy when we were the slaves, which means we were the ones doing all of the work? The white people weren't doing none of the work. We were. We were in the fields, doing all of the building, etc., etc. So how do in one breath you say you was a slave, but then you gonna say, well, nah, y'all lazy? That what? Where do that? The slave mean? If you trying to say that, that means the slave was doing all the work, right? So if the slave was doing all the work, and then as soon as it was over with, and when they had to do their own work, they didn't know how to do nothing because it was people that did all the work, that did all the building.
Exactly.
So now how do we get the lazy? How do we get the lazy? Don't say you work better than me because you were willing to take lower wages. That does not make you a better worker.
Right, and I don't accept that. I don't accept that, Big E. When people tell us, "Oh, we better than you, we work better than you." First of all, y'all got your own country, and it failed. Okay, if they left us alone with Tulsa and all the other Black Wall Street, we'd be on top. We don't even have our own country, but if we did, it'd be the bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Tina, let me bring up let's see if Miss Red Supreme ready to speak. If Miss Red Supreme ready to speak, you got it. So let me see if she's there. But shout out to Tina for speaking. Miss Red, you got it if you ready. If Miss Red ain't ready to speak, okay. You
I'm
got it.
ready. I'm ready. Hi, everyone.
Hey, salute, Miss Red.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
I'm just piggybacking off of Tina here. I completely agree. We are just at the point in our society where we are figuratively living in a butterfly effect from illegal immigration. So, what this all is that we're experiencing the ballooning or the consequences thereof. And you see that with, the undercuts in jobs. You see that where at one point, we'll say like the men were in construction and they've been undercut because they're paying, the immigrants under the table, and they don't want to, pay for, livable wages as they should. So that's just me piggybacking, y'all.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Right
is,
on.
because they were saying that, oh well, black men they were undercut, and like Big E made a good point. It's not that you're better workers. It's like if you can pay somebody less that will work for more hours with less benefits, well, they're gonna bring in those people and undercut you. That's how that's just business. Like if you want to speak about legal business and if you want to speak about dope, let's speak street knowledge. So a lot of you guys who may not understand economics, if I'm selling kilos of cocaine, right? Hold on real quick. If I'm selling kilos of cocaine for 20K, right? And I got niggas that's paying 20K for it, right? But then you all of a sudden you got a nigga say, well, I'll sell them for 10 a key. Even if his dope ain't better, they're gonna buy it for 10 a key because they're undercutting the people that are willing to pay 20K. So hey man, the next drug dealer that come in and sell it for 10K is gonna get all the people who are buying it for 20K to come over. His dope might not even be better. I got quality cocaine for 20K, but if you got a nigga that's gonna give it to you for 10K, where you think they're gonna go? So it's the same thing with the immigrant workers. They're not quality workers, they're not better workers, they're just willing to work for slave wages, and that undercuts the foundational black Americans who were doing these jobs way before they showed the fuck up. Let me bring up my brother Scoop. Scoop, you got it, man.
Salute, chat. Salute to the panel.
Little school.
Yep. What's up?
What it
Yeah,
do? What it do, Scoop?
man. You know what? I swear to God, that got to be the biggest lie ever told. Talking about they hard workers. Not where I come from, and I'm in Cali. I didn't work with nothing but them because every job I've worked with them, they slackers. They don't work hard. They just get away with shit. That's all that is. They get away with shit because guess what? They supervisors is Latino, and that's what I said. Latinos. The supervisor above him, Latino. Supervisor above him, Latino. Company owner, Latino. They get away with whatever. Like I told y'all before, they get away with taking over the whole break room. You can't even put your shit in the microwave because they in there having a whole damn a menudo chow down. But no, it ain't got nothing to do with working hard. They ain't working no harder than nobody else. Just like Red said, they work for cheaper. They undercut the regular citizen to get the job. All that is them bribing people, saying basically, I'll do it for cheaper. Oh, why pay them when you can pay me? So how is the average American citizen supposed to make it when you being undercut by people that's damn near gonna do it for free? Not do it for better. They doing it for damn near lower wages so people don't have to pay them. Don't you know these white folks is cheap? They've always wanted free labor. That's what they got out of us. That's why we fighting for these reparations, because they got free labor, and guess what? They don't want to pay. That's the problem. They want that free labor. America has always been that way. They want everything for free. They don't want to pay. You know what I'm saying? But as far as them being concerned, I don't know who brought up that point. It was Big E or Deform said the simple fact is they don't teach history when they get their butts over here. They leave us completely out. I've argued with a few of them. Oh no, you blacks, you ain't never did it. You didn't convince nothing. And as soon as I tell them something, oh, we built America, they go to laughing, thinking it's funny. Oh, you didn't build anything. You didn't build anything. Oh, you had help. Help, help, help. When them lashes was going across my ancestors' back, I don't think nobody stood next to them talking about give me some homes, give me some SA, give me a couple of them. I'm with the blacks. No, they wasn't nowhere to be found. But you want to come over here and down us and talk about us and then wonder why we ain't standing up for y'all. For what? I don't know why black folks went for that bullshit in the first damn place. All the way back as a
Jesse
kid, I
Jackson.
realized something was different between us and them. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool on y'all. Something about y'all ain't right. You don't seem like allies. Y'all seem like, they want to make little funny black jokes and, talk about how dark you are, your skin tone, or, man, I wasn't rocking with that. Something told me these ain't the people for me. These ain't my allies. These peoples is full of shit.
Hey, Scoop. You remember that
Oh,
boxer? I think his name was Ricardo Mayorga. You remember when he slapped Shane Mosley's wife on the ass?
I
Y'all
remember
remember
that.
that?
I remember that. That's what I'm saying.
Now
They
you
not.
see, now you see, if Shane would have pulled out the blammy, because see, to me that's not boxing, that's not promoting the fight. You do not put your hand on another man's wife, any man or woman in the chat. Let me know. Tell me, keep it 100. Now we regular people, keep it 100. Whatever your respective craft is, whether you a boxer, whether you work at Chick-fil-A, and one of your coworkers or whatever your ops smack your wife on the ass, come on, y'all gonna act like y'all gonna just be cool. Y'all not finna try to take that nigga head off. Keep it 100. Keep it 100, man.
Shit, I'm finna act a donkey.
Come
Damn
on,
that.
man. Where you seen now name somebody black who did that to somebody's wife like that. He did that on national TV. How is that not disrespect for you to smack a man's wife on her ass? Nah, nigga, ain't no boxing. We ain't getting in the ring no more. You get what I'm saying? Cause see, nah, bruh, I'm not finna let that ride. F this purse.
Hey,
You
we
know what I'm
already know.
saying?
We already know they actual deviants. For some reason, they weird like that, man. They got to touch on everything. They don't care what age it is. They don't care what it look like. They the main ones. You know, your daughter's walking home from school, ain't nothing but 7, 8 years old, and they out there hollering at them, whistling at them, trying to talk to them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They seen that a long time ago. They ain't got no shame. That's what they do in their country, in their homeland, where they come from. But then come over here and want to talk mess about us, man. I'm not with that. I don't care who. If you own that black and brown mess, I'm cool on you. Because evidently you ain't for FBA, and I say it again, this FBA thing ain't for the weak. It's not. If you FBA, you can't be FBA and ride for us, and you win. Damn everybody else. Everybody else ain't never concerned about us. They'll step on us to get what they want. They will trash us to get what they want. They will badmouth us to get what they want. They will rob us to get what they want. They'll rewrite history to get what they want. They'll take your job to get what they want. They'll take your woman to get what they want. And they'll touch on your children to get anything they want. That's how they all are. We ain't got no friends. We ain't never had one. Now, good and well, FBA need to know one thing. If you scared to ride alone, this FBA thing ain't for you. Stop looking for allies. Stop looking for people to come for us. Stop looking for people to care. They don't care all the way up to the damn White House. They don't care. These politicians don't care. These mayors don't care. These city leaders don't care. We are just the stepping stone they use to get what they want. So stop trying to ally with them and we do us. FBA stay strong. FBA stay solid. And FBA till we die. That's how we ride. Damn that bullshit trying to act like everybody care about us. And that might hurt some feelings. That might step on some toes. But y'all got to realize one thing. We are on our own. Them other folks, them other people, they can care less what happens to us. Look at what they just did. A little boy that got called an N-word, and look what they did. They donated a GoFundMe to this lady. That's sick. You
Hey,
don't see
Scoop.
that? These people don't care nothing about us. They never have. They just showing their colors. And the bad thing about it is they don't like it because the internet is putting their ass on blast. We broadcasting that shit all over the world. Ain't no more trying to pretend. The motherfucking veil is off, the hood is off. We see them for who they are. So stop trying to ally with people who don't love you. They don't love us. They never have, they never, and they never will.
Well,
Hey,
shit.
Rick.
This is
What?
what we're gonna do.
Hey,
I'm
what's
gonna let
the
everybody
girl?
go. Hold on, Big E. I'm gonna let everybody go one by one, and we gonna land. So whoever want to go first, and then I'm gonna play a couple of clips after that. But I'm gonna let everybody land their plane. Matter of fact, let me say this real quick. I'm gonna give a shout out to all my contributors and all my supporters for supporting this show. I appreciate you guys, man. And I gotta shout out to the Cash Apps because everybody who came through today showed major love and support. Shout out to my girl Shanice for the 30 on the Cash App. Shout out to my girl Tiffany for the Cash App. Shout out to DMV Nation for the 40 on the Cash App. Shout out to my girl Shella Ron for the hundo. she placed a hundo on the Cash App. Shout out to SLE that's on the panel right now for dropping a 20 on the Cash App. Shout out to my girl Crystal for dropping a 30 on the Cash App. Shout out to my man Tito for blessing a 15 on the Cash App. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So hit the like button. It ain't nothing. I'm gonna let everybody go one by one, then we're gonna land our plane.
Let me go first, Red. Let me go first, Red. You know, a lot of these groups, they kind of reminded me of the Red from Friday. You remember when he told Craig and Smokey, "Oh, that's messed up. Y'all didn't help me when Debo whooped on me." And he said, "Well, nigga, how come you didn't help me, nigga, when Debo was choking me out in Smoke backyard?" And he said, "Oh, that's different." I mean, do you get what? That's what it seemed like when it comes to all these racial. Well, what about this racism? Oh, that's different. Well, what about that? Oh, that's different. Well, what about this right here? Oh, that's different. Everything is always different when it comes to everybody else. It's never fair. It's never the same way across the board. And we are always the ones that are expected to take it on the chin. That shit is insane to me. And then when you hold that mirror up, now it's like, oh, you sensitive. Oh, you racist. No, 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 no. You get what I'm saying? I challenged them already. You did it before. Show the videos of black content creators, even as go back as far as you need to go, of black people referring to y'all in derogatory manners, the way that y'all have done us. And again, we're talking about your public figures, not even your content creators, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, again, Lion Ryan is a public figure. T.O. is a public figure. All these dudes is public figures. A lot of these content creators got big followings, but yet every time they get a wild hair up their ass, it's always let's go in on black people. Again, the Carmelo Anthony situation and the Cason Allen situation is case in point. One got everything to do with racism because it involves a black child, and the other one doesn't because it's a non-black child for literally the same offense. Matter of fact, we not even finna give this the media coverage that we finna give Carmelo. We're gonna keep so much media coverage on this right here to where any jury is going to be biased. Matter of fact, we finna call out the Coon Squad to get out here and say how wrong he was, and to not say nothing about Kason, Anton, the tap dance twin. None of them said nothing about Kason, or if they did, it wasn't racist. You get what I'm saying? But then the exact same circumstances, pretty much. You know what I mean? But one is just a black kid. Now it's getting ready to be on a 24-hour loop.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
And
it's
Big
like,
E, and they
dude, come
still,
on.
hey, look, Big E, I want my man Big E to finish cooking because you know Big E always gonna drop jewels on everything. But you know what I'm saying? Like you just said, now case in charge. Listen, he was charged with first degree murder. He stabbed his kid multiple times, and within days they dropped it to manslaughter, and he got on bail. His bail went from 1 million to 175,000. He been on bail the whole time. And then once right before the trial began, they dropped it to criminal negligent homicide. That is a lesser charge than manslaughter. Carmelo Anthony, on the other hand, he's still being charged with first degree murder. They ain't trying to drop nothing to a lesser charge for Carmelo. It's still first degree murder with him. What's your thought on that? What's your thoughts on that, Biggie?
Well, because again, it's only because he's black. They keeping a lot of stuff suppressed. It's almost like, see, this is what I don't like about when people listen to the media. Okay, didn't they just tell you Tory Lanez allegedly shot Meg? And
Yeah.
now that same media is telling you that it's new evidence that's proven that he's not, to the point to where a Republican congresswoman said, nah, we need to get down to this because this right here, just from what I'm looking at, this man has been set up. Do you get what I'm saying? Now this is, y'all know I'm not making this up, so this is what I'm saying, bro. It's like, come on, man, we see how this works. It's only because he black. You get what I'm saying? you know, they saying other things with Jay-Z and them, but I ain't too familiar with that. But I mean, I'm just saying that even with the evidence, they saying that the DA knew about this. They just kept it suppressed to get the confession. So the same people that told you that he guilty now has to tell you, well, we got new evidence saying that he wasn't the shooter. Now they letting you know that none of his DNA was on the gun. He didn't have no gunshot residue. They didn't even tell you that they didn't even test nobody else to see whose DNA could have been on the gun or who had gunshot residue on there. They didn't tell you it was an independent white dude. You know what I'm saying? Red, you probably saw the video. Dude said, no, I seen the girl get out and bust three. Old boy hit the gun out of her hand, and when it fell, it went off 2 more times.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now it's like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, but okay, where's the integrity about? So you gonna just believe that? You get what I'm saying? The same people that told you he was guilty now is telling you, well, he may not be guilty. So goddamn. So this is where we at right now. See, the court of public opinion seems to have more weight than the court of law. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, it really seems like that's what it is. If they can get the public to feel this way or that way, that's what seems to secure convictions now. Not the law, not even the physical evidence. They are suppressing physical evidence for convictions in your face. Because guess what? The public is going to eat it up. Just because it's a black white thing, the public is going to eat up Carmelo. So yeah, they're gonna milk this for the publicity and the politics of it all. While they kept one under wraps, you get what I'm saying? We only worried about the black one. We don't care about nobody else except the black one. Let's not talk to the coaches. Let's not talk to the actual man who told him to go sit under there. He had no business under. What you mean if the coach told him to go sit under there? He had every right to sit under there because it was raining. Did nobody tell Bo and Luke Duke to go over there and feel like they could put their hands on him? You have no business being here. Hold up, bruh. How do you know? Did you talk to the coach? You didn't do nothing but take it upon yourself to jump on him. And he protected himself. And that sparked a national outrage. But you see, they don't want you to know all that. They want you to keep the narrative. That's all it's about. As long as it's somebody black, it's always going to be considered negative. That's why content creators like yourself and others, Red, are so important because you're going to actually get the real story, live video, people who was there, et cetera, because the news is going to give you a certain narrative. They could have the same information that you present. They're still not going to tell you that because that ain't what they want the masses to think. They want you to think somebody who made decent grades in school, who lived in a gated community, was playing football. You get what I'm saying? Didn't have no criminal record. They just want you to think he was a thug and he just had it in his mind. He was getting ready to go kill a white boy for whatever reason. You see what I'm saying? And that narrative, just in my personal opinion, I think that's the furthest from the truth. So, it's crazy how, people can make racist videos, even attack us, firebomb us, et cetera, et cetera. And when we react to that, we have to be the ones to wear the racist and violent jackets. That is insane to me. And I'm going to just land with that.
All
Y'all
right.
drink y'all water, eat y'all veggies, enjoy the rest of y'all day, and keep winning.
Shout out to my man Big E dropping them jewels as usual, man. I'm gonna let Pretty Boy go next, and then I'm gonna bring up Tina. Pretty Boy, you got it.
All right, man. Thank you for letting me come up, Brad. You know what I mean? Like, and Biggie, was cooking with that fire. We know what it is. And I'm gonna tell you right now. All you others that come over to this nation, I don't care nothing about your struggle at all. Get this through your head at all. I don't care that the cartels are after you. I don't care nothing about your government oppressing you because let it be made clear. Our people, my ancestors, it's like my family, what they did is they fought there and then for my future right now. So what you guys need to do is hold your sacks, you know what I'm saying, and fight for the next generation like our ancestors did. But you know what? You guys are cowards. You decided to run. It's like, guess what? My family, my ancestors didn't run no place. Because what they did is they stood their ground and fought for the next generation, which you guys need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my ancestors did. So simple. You guys stay in your nation, put up a fight in your nation to make it better for the next generation. That's what you need to do because that's what my people did. You know what I mean? So I take it very personal when you guys come over here, treat us like garbage, act like that you guys are some kind of, that you guys are better than us because you were cowards and decided to not fight for the next generation. See, the thing is, the caucasoid of this nation got it right. You know what I'm saying? Because what they do is they set up shop for generations for the next generation. I cannot go there and be like, we got homegrown terrorists right here in this country. We got gangs that are threatening families. We got police that are murking us at a very high rate. I can't run to your country and be like, "Oh, you're trying to kill my family," and all of a sudden get all these great benefits. I can't do that. And I'm not going to do that. I'm staying right here and fighting the fight right here, which you need to do and in your own country and make that happen for the next generation. But no, you guys are cowards. So I don't want to hear nothing about your struggles in your nation. Oh, they're going to kill my family. Oh, they're threatening me. I don't care nothing about that. I feel no remorse. I'm not sorry for you at all because you just show that you guys are cowards. So at the end of the day, my people, we need to push back, stand our ground, stop letting these people feel comfortable because just like Scoop said, they don't love us. So guess what? I'm only going to reciprocate what is being given to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't love me. So what the hell do I look like loving you? And I end at that. Thanks, family.
All right. Shout out to my dog, Pretty Boy, for pulling up and dropping it. Tina, you got it.
Okay, word up. First of all, what I'm witnessing is when racism goes wrong. That's what we all witnessing. When racism goes wrong, we have one racist, America, to the left that decided they're going to open their borders because they didn't want to pay us reparations and they didn't want to pay us our fair wages back in the 60s. So right after we got our civil rights, they decided, hey, let's open the borders because they figured everybody was as good as us. And look at what we got here. 65 years later, they dealing with these lazy people that's all on public assistance that always want gimme, 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 gimme all damn day long. And these people that came here, they was racist too. Because the first moment they came to America, they started screaming on who? The black people. Okay? So now we got a racist to our left and a racist to our right. And the funny part about it, the racist to our right, which is these illegals, just found out they're not equal to black Americans. Because black Americans are citizens and you're not. And that's where everybody's having a heart attack. So the America trying to get rid of their mistake, all right, because they realize we're losing our nation. And then the illegals realize that, hey, we're not better than the black Americans. We're at these people mercy because they put themselves at their mercy. And that's one thing I have to give it up to the FBA. Through the thick and thin, we never ran and we never allowed ourselves to be at the mercy of these people, not even in slavery. So as far as me understanding where they coming from, I don't. And I probably never will because that's my culture. We just stay like the other panelist said, we stay and we fight and we tough it out. Y'all have an entire nation. with water and trees and everything, but y'all didn't build no roads. So you come here talking smack to me, and all I see you doing is picking up bottles and cans. You know, so that's why I'm gonna land my plane. We got a racist to our left and a racist to our right, and it's all coming to, like the other panelists said, to a head, and that's where we at today.
All right. Well, shout out Tina, man. I appreciate you, Tina. Listen, pull up anytime. I'm gonna start bringing up more ladies to the show because we got some real FBA sisters that speak for us and that stand on business. So shout out to the FBA sisters. Shout out to my girl Vanessa for blessing the cash out with a 10. I appreciate you, Vanessa. We got some more ladies too that blessed the cash app too, man. Shout out to Ebony for blessing the cash app with a 20. Shout out to my girl Ebony. So I think I'm gonna do a ladies' night to where I'm gonna bring a lot of ladies on the panel. Shout out to the FBA Nation. Shout out to the women who speak for the people. Miss Red Supreme, you want to add anything before I land?
Yeah, I'll just give a little food for thought. The illegal immigrants from the south of the border came from countries in which they have historically and racially cleansed their melanated citizens and thus obfuscate the remnant populations. So I just want to say this: what can we expect from this butterfly effect? You know, like, I mean, doesn't a computer only operate in which it's programmed?
Right, that's a fact.
So that's my plane.
Okay. All right, sweetie. Well, I appreciate you for your content and your commentary. I appreciate you for the commentary. But you're right about that. Somebody's been programmed. What can you expect from them? They're gonna speak on the things that they've been programmed. Whatever they've been programmed to believe, that's what they're gonna speak whenever they get the microphone. So we can't expect anything different. If you've been indoctrinated, you're gonna speak on the things that you've been indoctrinated with. So that was a good point. Let me see. I'm gonna let my man Scoop land everything, but this one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let SLE go first. I'm gonna let .com, and then I'm gonna let my man Scoop land the thing. SLE, man, you got it, my bro.
No doubt, bro. Yeah, bro. Go ahead and land this real quick. Yeah. Again, bro, I want you to know that we proud of y'all, bro. And I have to keep on saying this just how impressed I am, of FBA and what we're doing. Uh, we shaking up the world, man. And the reason that we're shaking up the world is because these people really don't get that we locked in all across this country. These people just cannot understand. It's very hard for them to understand how much we care for each other, how much our history means to us, what we have done in this country. These books that these people come over here, bro, to get a freaking degree in Black America, and they call it African American history. They got degrees in this stuff, and they trying to tell us what to do. Just imagine that. They're gonna talk to an FBA about Black American history. This is the big problem that they're having right now in those Ivy League schools and everything, where they're not really getting the respect that they want. When you got people like Moore and Maryland, you got all these people doing this stuff, and FBA pushing back, making them walk back. They're not used to that either, because they're not just not understanding that when our people are moving, we're getting pushed from the left, from the right, from our own people. See, they used to getting that from their own country. They used to getting that from America. They used to getting that from the church and everything else, constantly pushed to help them. And we're always just sitting back, just waiting and just helping and just feeling bad and things like that for them. But now we're being moved by each other like our ancestors done. People don't get this, man. They don't understand what's really happening with us. And it's very, very unsettling to them. And I get it, but it's not going to stop, because they're not used to us talking like this. We are literally uncovering everybody. You can't stay hiding but so long when you have people putting on the content like you guys are doing. And that was a great idea to bring up our sisters and let them speak. I'm gonna be here for that one. I already got you on what's called a ring the bell thing or whatever that is when you get an alert. I already got you there, bro. And I want to say this to the chat. Like, sometimes if you don't have money when you're hearing, it's okay. hit the brother anytime you want. You don't necessarily have to hit a content creator when you're listening to them. Look, you can do it if you just got $1 in 2 weeks. Do it then. No
Right.
pressure, no pressure. But we pushing them. We pushing them. We want them there. We want them out front. We want them talking like that. We want them talking bold like Scoop and bruh. Bruh's from Cali. I'm from North Carolina. You just got somebody from New York. This is not no freaking game. So what we're doing, we're locked arms. We love each other. We care about each other. You just heard about the brother that's our brother that's in this court case. Red have done that, man. This brother have been covering that case, y'all. And I know y'all in the chat know, but a lot of people are doing it. So if you just got $1, if you don't, just keep watching, keep hitting that thumbs up button, subscribe, and know if you FBA anywhere in this world, I don't care if you overseas, we got your back. I land.
Man, shout out to SLE, man. Appreciate you, bro. .com. You got it, my brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks again, brother Red Supreme. I'm just thinking like Cat Williams said, with 25, all lies will be exposed. Everything that's going on now is just opening up more, doors of information that we, got to keep like exploring and, facing. We got to face all of these all of these people that are being deceptive that's around us, and continue on to build a better, stronger foundation for, for us in the future and our position in America, you know what I'm saying? So again, thanks for everybody putting their contribution down, and just keep y'all head on the swivel, man, because it's a masquerade. And I land.
Appreciate you, .com, for your commentary, my brother. I'm gonna let my brother Scoop gonna land with this thing, man. Scoop.
Salute. Once again, we here at this crossroads where we as FBA got to realize, like I said before, this FBA thing ain't for the weak. We got enemies to the left, like the sister said, and to the right. We got people who profit off of us. We got people who demean us, who degrade us. We got people who sit up and make content basically talking trash about us. And we got a whole world who seems to love it, who seems to co-sign it. Guess what, FBA? The time is now. It's time to be strong. It's trying to take this FBA thing to another level. It's time to start putting people in their place. It's time to get coons on up out of here. It's time to start putting these Latinos back across that border. It's time to start telling the truth about who we are and who our history is, and not allow nobody else to whitewash our history. We don't need nobody to tell our history. We can tell our history. We don't need nobody to teach our children. We can teach our children. If we want the truth to be told, it has to come from us. They can come across that border. They can come from other countries. They can come over here and spit this nonsense and tell these lies. It's time to start checking them, putting them in check, letting them know we're not going to have it. That's why I said this FBA thing ain't for the weak. Name any demographic of people who ain't took a shot at FBA. That seems to be the going thing. Take a shot at FBA, lie on FBA, jail FBA, prosecute FBA, talk bad about FBA, profit off of FBA. It's like we have become the literal punching bag for everybody else and every other demographic. That's why I said we ain't got no friends and we ain't got no allies. Stop looking for other people to ally with us, other groups, other so-called minorities. No, they not allying with us. What they want to do is get closer to whiteness. And we know good and damn well coming close to us ain't getting close to whiteness. And they will sell us out to do it. They will lie on us to do it. They have a whole system of white supremacy. Think about it. They didn't set that system up for nobody else but FBA. It was to take us down. We are that big of a threat. So just imagine what we can do when we put boots to the ground and we realize this thing ain't for the weak and we come for them. We let them know we not tolerating it. This a whole new day, people. This a whole new day, family. We ain't got to put up with none of that. This ain't the time for infighting. This is the time to come together and stay strong and do something financial, do something that's beneficial, and do something that's going to benefit FBA and FBA only. Don't feel bad. Don't, oh, well, we leaving these people. I don't care. Leave them out. Because that's exactly what they're going to do to us. It's time to band together and stay FBA. And I'm going to land it with one thing. This FBA thing ain't for the weak. And I'm gone, Red.
Shout out to my brother Scoop, man. Shout out to Scoop, man, for landing with that, man. This is what we're going to do, man. Peace to everybody for supporting the channel. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. We stand strong over here, man. I speak on things, and what people don't realize is this, man. When you do this content, you see people in public, man. I was in San Diego County. You know what I mean? Oceanside, you know what I mean? And the other surrounding areas, man. I was in traffic, right? And, you know, I'm walking through traffic, and there's a brother that was in traffic. He said, "Hey, Red Supreme, Red Supreme." Now, I'm right on the beach. I'm on the beach. You know, I'm on the beach. And somebody hollering my name, and I couldn't really see him, right? Because there was so much going on at that particular time. But he like, "Hey, Red, what's popping, my brother?" And I'm like, "Hold on, who the hell is this?" So what you don't understand is this, man, us content creators, man, I was in Carlsbad. Matter of fact, I was in Carlsbad, San Diego County. And I'm looking, I just hear somebody calling my name. He like, "Red Supreme, we fuck with you, man. Oceanside Crip, my nigga, Oceanside Crip." I look, I'm like, "Oh, what's good, my nigga? It's all love." So the Oceanside Crips in San Diego County was giving props to Red Supreme because they listen to my content. They're like, "You a real one, my nigga. We fuck with you." You don't understand how much us content creators put everything on the line when we speak this real shit that everybody else is way too afraid to speak. So when I say support the channel, because guess what? You don't understand what we do. You don't understand what it is when we put it all on the line to give you guys the facts, to give you guys the truth. Shout out to the Oceanside Crips, because they showed a lot of love. They was like, "Hey, Red, we fuck with you." I seen niggas in traffic. They was all out the car, and I was on the beach, and they was like, "Man, we rock with you, Red. We fuck with you. Keep doing what you doing." And right there, that meant a whole lot to me, for the Oceanside Crips to recognize what I do, because they understand I speak for the people. So shout out to the Oceanside Crips. It's all love. You did. Shout out to my Oceanside, San Diego County niggas. Listen, I'm gonna tap out, man. I think we done enough for today. But before we get up out of here, I want you guys to listen to the rest of this clip right here.
Off loop sparking protests.
Let's get right to Casey Cronus with what is happening there now. Casey.
Don and Scott, there's been a lot of confusion and chaos unfolding here this afternoon in the 2400 block of South Michigan. Now, we are outside of a Department of Homeland Security intensive supervision appearance program. This is where immigrants who are seeking status are called every so often to check in. Officials here say that several immigrants were called to this office earlier today in the last several hours, and they were detained. They say they were called here, under false pretext, and they were taken away in a van. That is when people started to make some phone calls. Community members started to arrive. Advocates began showing up along with elected officials. We're told that one woman, a mother here in Chicago, was taken away. Take a listen.
So we're seeing this in other cities. It's just an attempt to get numbers. Nothing more. A lot of the people here are in asylum proceedings. There's lawyers that also mentioned their clients.
We don't need more immigrants, man. America already has enough immigrants from south of the border. If you keep allowing immigrants from south of the border to come over here, they're going to take over because they're going to have the population. They're going to have the numbers. This is foolish. This is stupid. These same people don't fight for the same rights. They don't put up this type of fight in their homeland. They don't put up this type of fight in their country. But they come over here where foundational Black Americans already laid down the blueprint on what it is to have civil rights, or what it is to have equal opportunities in this country. They come over here and leech off of what we fought for, but they come over here with that same anti-Black racism that they practice in their homelands and their country, and we ain't gonna stand for it. Fight for equal. Why don't you guys fight for equal rights in your country? But you want to come to America and be entitled. You want to come to America with this mentality of entitlement, as if America owes you something. Fight to make your homeland a better place. Because you know what the first thing these immigrants do when they come to America is they wave a foreign flag of the countries that they come from. So their allegiance is from the countries. Their allegiance is to the countries that they come from. That's why when Mexicans protest in America, they wave a Mexican flag. But they're demanding rights in America while waving the Mexican flag in your face. Make it make sense. That's the stupidest shit that I've ever seen. You want benefits, you want citizenship in America, but you march and protest in America while waving the Mexican flag in our face. Why don't you fight for those same rights in Mexico? Why don't you fight for those same rights south of the border? The 14th Amendment was never meant for immigrants. That was for foundational Black Americans. But these immigrants were able to benefit off of our struggle, the struggle of foundational Black Americans. You guys come over here and get citizenship, which was never meant for immigrants who came over here illegally, who dump anchor babies. No, that was the 14th Amendment was never meant for you guys. But you bring that same anti-Black racism over here when you come to America. Study the history of South America. There's tons of anti-Black racism that goes on over there. You ain't got to take my word for it. Study the history for yourself. That's a fact.
And they were taken away in a van. That is when people started to make some phone calls. Community members started to arrive. Advocates began showing up along with elected officials. We're told that one woman, a mother here in Chicago, was taken away. Take a listen.
We're seeing this in other cities. It's just an attempt to get numbers. Nothing more. A lot of the people here are in asylum proceedings. There's lawyers that also mentioned their clients have been granted asylum. Yolanda, she is in appeals in the 7th Circuit, should not have been taken in. Her daughter is now alone. She's 17. And we're going to be asking for her release.
Now, elected officials, including Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez, tells us that some of these immigrants came here with their attorneys and their family members because there is, of course, a lot of fear when it comes to stopping by for a check-in. They say that the immigrants who showed up at this office were separated from their attorneys, were denied their right to have their attorney with them, and that when those elected who showed up at this office were separated from their attorneys, were denied their right to have their attorney.
My bad. I had it on mute. My bad. Why don't you go back to your homeland, go back to your country and fight for rights over there? Fight for rights in the country that you came from. You came to America illegally. You came from south of the border, but for some reason you feel like you deserve rights in the country that you came illegally to. Make it make sense. Why don't you people fight for why don't you fight for civil rights in the country that you fled from? What makes you think you deserve rights in America when you came here illegally in the first place? I don't give a damn if you're seeking asylum. That is bullshit. America has way too many immigrants. I said it and I say it again. The state of California alone, California is only one state in America. We have damn near 20 million illegal immigrants in the state of California alone. If you think about the city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles, there's 3 to 4 million illegal immigrants in the county of Los Angeles alone. And Los Angeles is only one county in the whole state of California. So when they tell you 11 to 12 million illegal immigrants came to this country under the Biden administration, they are lying to you. They're blowing smoke. We have well over 3 to 4 million illegal immigrants in the county of Los Angeles alone here in California. So we have close to 4 million illegals in the county of Los Angeles alone. Imagine how many illegals we have all across the country. They're lying to you when they tell you it's only 12 million across the border, when we have well over 10 million. I'll say it's close to 20 million illegal undocumented immigrants in the state of California alone. And I'm not blowing smoke. I ain't pulling tricks up out of my hat. I am giving you the facts. If you came to California and you seen all these damn illegals, you would say, damn, Red, you right. These fucking illegals are everywhere in the state of California. There's close to 20 million illegals in California alone. So when they tell you, oh, well, 12 million came under the Biden administration, fuck no. I would argue that there's close to 100 million illegals in this country. If you added all 50 states, if California has close to 20 million illegals, and that's only one state, imagine how many illegals we have in this country if you added all 50 states. Just imagine that. So when they tell you 12 million came to America illegally under the Joe Biden administration, they're lying to you. They're downplaying the numbers. There's well over 12 million in the state of California alone, and California is only one state.
With them, and that when those elected officials and other community members tried to ask for help, insert themselves, that dozens of ICE agents showed up and made sure that this van where these individuals were taken was allowed to get away. We don't know exactly how many individuals were placed in that van, but we're hearing that it is upwards of 10. Listen to what Alderman Sigcho Lopez has to say.
Real criminals are in the White House and stealing Medicare. Right. The real criminals are in the White House and stealing Social Security. The real criminals are in the White House taking food stamps and give money to the rich funders, the corporations and the billionaires that they serve. What we saw today is a manifestation of fascism taking over our country.
We reached out to ICE for a statement and are still waiting to hear back. We also reached out We are waiting to hear what their role in the response was. For now, reporting live in the South Loop, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, man, we're gonna end this show. You already know, man. There's, like I told you guys, and I say it again, there's close to 20 million illegal immigrants in the state of California alone. There's close to 3 million illegals in Los Angeles County. So if you added up San Bernardino County, San Diego County, Ventura County, Riverside County, Kern County, Santa Barbara County. If you added up all those counties in Southern California, that's crazy. If we got close to 3 million illegals in, oh yeah, Orange County too. Shout out to Ms. Red Supreme. Right. I forgot to add Orange County. Orange County is in Southern California as well. So if you add Los Angeles County, Orange County, Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, San Diego County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, Kern County. Well, damn, homie, if there's close to 3 million illegals in LA, and you added up all the other counties in Southern Cali, and then when you go to Fresno, that's Central California. You go to San Jose, that's the Bay Area. Oakland, that's the Bay Area. San Francisco, that's the Bay Area. Richmond, that's the Bay Area. Vallejo, that's the Bay Area. Modesto, that's the Central Valley right before you get to the Bay Area. You add in Sacramento. You add in Stockton, Modesto, Tulare County, California, San Joaquin County. We have close to 20 million illegals in the state of California alone. So when they try to tell you that there's 12 million illegals in a whole country, they're bullshitting. We have way more than 11 illegals in the state of California alone. So when they try to tell you that's the number nationwide, they are bullshitting. They are blowing smoke. I'm going to get up out of here, man. You should play upon the Red Supreme. You ain't got to take my word for it. Study it yourself. Look at all the illegal immigrants that's in Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, Orange County, Ventura County, Santa Barbara County, Kern County. And that's only Southern California. That's not even Central California. That's not even Northern California. They are lying to you. They are blowing smoke. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. Peace, love, and blessings. Giving you gain to keep you from stressing. Red Supreme, support the stream. I'm gone.